Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shallot Smith, a sci-fi play. My name is Isaiah, and I wrote and directed the performance that you're about to hear. This play has two main characters. One is Anabel Lee, who lives on the moon. She makes a living selling psychedelic mushrooms and marijuana legally. Another important character is Shallot Smith. She lives on a satellite that orbits Earth. Trapped in space with her emotionally abusive father, Daniel Smith, Shallot is dissatisfied with her life. Things become interesting when a space witch named Eldritch Mary attacks their ship, hoping to steal Daniel's quantum Bitcoin. Marty will be playing Anabel, Eldritch Mary, and Clarissa, who comes in later. Jacob will be playing Shallot and Janet, who is Annabelle's mom. John will be playing Daniel Smith and also Randall, who only comes in at the beginning. I want to thank all the actors who are in the performance you're about to hear. This recording could not exist without them. I also want to thank Professor Dominic Scudera, who was my advisor for this project. He gave useful advice and was able to offer me a different perspective on my work throughout the writing process. Lastly, I want to thank all the friends and family members who gave me ideas and read early versions of the script. This play was enriched by your feedback. Without further ado, I present to you Shallot Smith, a sci-fi play.
Life on the lunar base is killing me. Here dwell some 100 scientists, and those they brought along for their extended stay in space. 1,507 people live here, but Earth has billions. Can you imagine 1 billion people? I can't imagine living with more than a few thousand. I've seen videos of Earth, but it doesn't satisfy. I wonder what it's really like on that strange blue sphere. No, instead I grow and sell mushrooms here on the moon. My business is doing well and I don't have competition. But I'm alone.
Randall enters.
Hey, could I buy some mushrooms for this party I'm throwing?
Sure, which strain would you like?
Which would you recommend?
Oh, I sell but I don't use. People really like Golden Teacher?
Okay, I'll have 8 ounces of the Golden Teacher mushrooms. Really, you've never tripped?
I had a bad trip once when I was little, so I kind of lost interest in tripping back then.
Oh, damn.
It's just not my thing. I kind of like parties, actually.
Yeah, me too. I hope this one is good. Okay, well, goodbye.
Bye.
Randall leaves.
Inescapable isolation. I want more than anything to climb out of this lunar base and float to that splendid sphere above. I can never go to Earth. The gravity would crush my little bones. This body was grown on the moon, in a fraction of Earth's gravity. A visit to Earth would be certain death, my organs collapsing into the planet's endless pull. Earth is a sphere in the sky or a world behind the screen, always in view and never in reach.
Shallot Smith walks into the store.
Hi, I would like to buy all of your shrooms.
Annabelle frowns.
Huh?
I need them all. I need all your shrooms. And the marijuana too, actually.
How will you be paying for this?
Shallot waves her quantum bit card.
I'll use this.
Oh, right?
Annabelle gets every package in the store. She scans them one by one. I imagine she grabs an armful, scans and bags them, and then goes back to the shelves behind her to get some more. This process is repeated until all of the store's wares have been deposited into 15 paper grocery bags. While she is doing this, Annabelle strikes up a conversation with Shallot.
So, where are you going?
I was thinking maybe the outer planets.
So you're leaving Earth and headed for the outer planets and you're stopping to buy shrooms on the moon?
Basically.
And you took a private spaceship here?
Yeah.
Cool. And so, this is all you're buying for the moon and then you're heading out?
Yeah.
Can I come with you?
I think it'd be good for me to travel alone.
Yeah, right, sorry.
No, it's all right.
Anabel continues packing the bags in an awkward silence. Once finished, Shallot scans her card in front of the card scanner, and Anabel gazes upon the price.
This is a lot of money.
Yep.
Shallot lifts up 2 of the bags and walks off stage.
Unbroken isolation gnaws upon me. For years, I've watched Earth, growing miserable and jealous with each orbit. Never did I think of what wonders may lie in strange and distant worlds that draw long circles around a far-off sun, lands where Gaia herself is but a point of light. Each winter on Mars, carbon dioxide snows coat the poles in dry ice. On Europa, geysers spew salt water into Saturn's rings and colonists relax in temperate seas below a frozen crust. On Titan, rocket fuel falls from methane clouds forming rivers in alien seas. AIs excise iron from the asteroid belt, charged by beams of Mercurian light. The moon is a barren place. I wither alone in wastes. Paradise taunting me endlessly above, as if I could reach up and touch the ocean's salted water. Maybe moving outward to Mars or Saturn would be.
Anabel sighs. Shallot walks back on stage, empty-handed and panting.
Do you want me to help you with those?
Shallot pauses and thinks for a moment, a little irritated that she needs help.
Yeah. Thank you.
Shallot picks up 2 bags and walks off stage left. Anabel picks up 2 more and follows behind. Shallot and Anabel walk onto a ship that looks like it could be owned by a witch. It has strange vines growing all over it. It has skulls, and it's got basically a very spooky vibe to it. And so they bring the bags of shrooms and weeds onto this ship.
I'm kind of surprised that this is your ship.
Okay.
I guess, which is to say, I didn't expect the skulls and vines and the pentagrams, you know?
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving, I guess.
That's very true. Is that your answering machine flashing over there?
Shallot walks over to the control deck. The control deck has vines growing on it intermittently. Maybe 1 or 2 long vines growing from the floor up over the keyboard, and then maybe behind the monitor. Shallot stares for a moment and then carefully but confidently presses one of the buttons. Goliath's voice sounds over the speakers.
Shallot, Eldritch Mary has commandeered the ship. She's coming after you.
Didn't I tell you not to fucking move, you fucking asshole-flavored piece of doo-doo?
Eldritch Mary begins to choke out the android in the middle of his attempt to leave a voicemail.
Who is that?
Don't worry about it.
An explosion rattles the ship. Shallot sits down at the control deck, extremely nervous. She starts pressing buttons, tensely but deliberately. Perhaps she is singing softly to herself to calm her nerves. Sounds of the thrusters firing. Anabel loses her balance and has to catch herself on a chair or something. It's like an earthquake. Anabel frantically buckles herself into one of the rear seats. I imagine this one being center stage. They take off. A little while later, Shallot and Anabel have successfully escaped the ship that was pursuing them.
I think we're safe now.
Great. I should probably get back to them.
I shouldn't have used my dad's card for all these drugs. He's gonna lose his marbles.
Okay. Something I'm curious about. You have this wealth. Why don't you go to Earth?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like what I'd want.
We're going to Mars, right? But there aren't that many people on Mars. There's like 2,000 something people, you know? I would do anything to be on Earth, and you can go. And I don't get why you don't.
Well, Earth is not a good planet to be on.
That's not, an option I would have expected.
It's all about money down there, Like, my dad was compelled to leave because everyone was after his money. It's a scary planet.
That's your dad's view, but...
Well, my dad was on Earth for a long time, and he had to leave, So how can it be good, really?
Just because he hates it doesn't mean it's bad. People like Earth. I mean, I like Earth. I love Earth. There's a lot of good stuff down there on Earth.
But I've never heard anyone talk positively about it.
But you're listening to one source only. You should really look at Earth's channels on QTube.
God, I don't know what that is.
The quantum video thing?
No, I haven't been allowed to use the quantum internet.
This is really weird, and Annabelle looks at her in a confused way.
Do you have a phone?
My dad has a phone.
Okay. Let me show you this video. Look at this shit, yo.
Annabelle connects her phone to Eldritch Mary's monitor. A Q2 video appears on it.
Hey guys, this is GamerBoy69. Today we're going to be exploring new Neo Tokyo. So, the first thing I'm noticing when I'm walking out here, number one, enormous charcoal black enraged and flaming skeleton. Now that is something you will not see in America OS Tiger Lily version 3.15.2 unless you mod it. However, the earlier versions do...
Stop this thing!
Annabelle unplugs her phone from the monitor.
Okay, but you could see there's something cool about this place, right? It's just so vast and beautiful and intricate and subtle and hot and...
The Earth is shitty, and it's probably good that you're not there.
You only think that because your dad said that.
You think I'm not smart enough to make my own opinions?
Yeah.
I think it's time you go back to the moon.
Fine by me.
Shallot sets course for the moon.
Before we arrive, though, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you how you got into this situation. I mean, clearly you're running away from something. I just feel like I have to ask.
You really want my tragic story?
I do.
Well, I was at home, the satellite, with my dad and our android Goliath, and Eldritch Mary, who is this space witch, right?
Wait. What is a space witch?
Oh, she's... Oh, God. She's just a hacker and a magic pirate, right? This is her stuff.
Oh, that explains the decor. This is her ship.
I'll start you from the beginning, when I was at the controls of the ship.
This is a flashback to the events preceding Shallot's arrival on the moon. They are on Daniel Smith's ship. Daniel is on the ship with his daughter Shallot and their android Goliath when Eldritch Mary attacks. They're on a relatively spacious satellite. This is their home. On the left is Daniel's chair where he buys and sells cryptocurrency on his phone. To the right is the control computer/command center of the ship.
Princess Smith, we have a problem.
What is it, Goliath?
Eldritch Mary has been spotted in our sector.
Egad! Put on my Jimi Hendrix record.
Now what, Princess?
Alert my father of the issue at hand.
Sir, there seems to be a risk of attack in this sector.
I'm trading stocks, damn you! This quantum Bitcoin isn't going to buy itself.
But, sir, the ship is in serious danger.
I said not now, Goliath.
Daniel puts on his ruby-encrusted headphones to drown out further annoyance.
Mission unsuccessful, ma'am.
Ah, damn it! Well, that space witch is gonna get what's coming to her.
The lights go out.
Oh my god. It's already begun.
Eldritch Mary's lecherous cackle sounds over the radio.
Shut the fuck up, Eldritch Mary!
Get ready for the worst day of your fucking lives, you big fucking cocky ball busters!
You know, it's always so sexual. I know.
Prepare to die!
The deafening sound of photon torpedoes smashing against the Smith residence's energy shields. Daniel takes off his headphones, puts them down, and rushes over.
What's going on?
An external threat! I tried to warn you!
Quiet, you whore! Can't you hear the alarms? There's an external threat in the sector.
Yeah, no external threat can compare to how you threaten your own daughter's self-esteem.
Goliath, give me an ID on the perpetrator.
Calculating.
That Eldritch Mary is such a nuisance. The fire of my hatred burns brighter than ever now. But I almost hate myself more for being desperately, madly in love with her. Sometimes I wish she would steal me away, you know? Together we'd roam the galaxy. Anything beats this deafening silence. This man cares more for finance than fatherhood. Like a meteor in the mesosphere, I am worn by endless friction. Before too long, there will be nothing left. Oh god, I must escape. Oh shit.
Goliath, cancel that last request. I know exactly who this is.
Soon, all of your quantum Bitcoin will be mine.
If only she'd put aside her quest for algorithmic assets and see that there are things of value outside the blockchain. Every time she hacks or displays, my heart palpitates, and each earthly cackle that flows from her lusty larynx sets my soul aflame.
There it is again.
Oh, there it is again.
Goliath, turn off that blasted music.
Goliath is still processing the initial request for Eldritch Mary's identification, and thus remains unresponsive.
Damn it, Goliath!
Daniel starts fiddling with random computer interfaces, trying to stop Jimi Hendrix and his aggressive bluesy assault on a man's ability to think. Then, another explosion.
Dad, energy shields are at 0%. We're Dunyan rings.
A bump shakes the cabin. The sound of wind echoes through the control room as the airlock attaches to the boarding party ship. A digital door opens with a loud low click. Eldritch Mary, professional witch/astronaut, struts on stage.
Fuck you, Eldritch Mary!
Hold your tongue or I'll tear it from your throat. I'm here for one thing and one thing only. 60 billion pictodollars of binary booty.
If only she wanted my booty.
You'll never take my sweet, precious, valuable money.
Then I'll kidnap your daughter and hold her for ransom.
You wouldn't dare.
No, Father! Don't sacrifice your precious money. I'll go with Mary for a time. Meanwhile, you use your resources and intellect to break me free and have this villain arrested.
Shallot leaves and walks directly off stage onto Mary's ship.
That was easier than I expected. Sick.
Dan rushes and blocks the exit with his body.
I won't let you escape with her. You'll have to go through me.
Eldritch Mary uses her magic to hack Goliath. She also stops the record player by taking out the record and snapping it. Goliath then turns, walks over to Daniel, and restrains him with a hydraulic hug. Daniel yells in protest, but in vain. Eldritch Mary walks unopposed back onto her ship. Sounds of the airlock being resealed and the spaceship blasting away. The lights come back on. Goliath is released from the spell and thus releases Daniel.
Shallot. Oh, God.
He sits down and begins to hyperventilate. This goes on a bit and continues even as we fade to black.
About 30 minutes afterwards, we returned to my dad's ship.
I have to rescue my daughter. Oh, the market has increased 2.6% since 5 a.m. It may be time to sell.
Take care of the stocks first, sir.
Oh, you're right.
Enter Eldritch Mary and Shallot.
Take back your daughter.
Good.
You didn't try to rescue me.
But inflation.
I despise you.
That hurts. Maybe if I had more money, I would feel better. Goliath, open my portfolio.
You don't understand.
I agree. Your daughter is trying to communicate with you.
Jesus, you too, Mary. Goliath, open my portfolio.
Dad, I hate living here. Can't you see that?
Here, have some money. It'll help.
Daniel reaches out to her with a stack of bills. She throws it on the ground. Daniel gasps.
Why am I trying?
I like money.
You do, don't you?
Yeah, I tried to kidnap your daughter for it.
That's true. You know, Mary, I've always admired your ingenuity.
Really?
I will need a successor, and my daughter is not going to cut it.
Oh, I won't cut it.
Will you like to be my student? I know so much about money, but there's no one to teach. No one will carry on my legacy. I mean, as you can see, my daughter will not do.
Damn it!
I'd love to. I would be honored.
I hate you. I hate you.
Here, let me teach you about digital assets.
Eldritch Mary walks over, closer to Daniel.
You see, the blockchain is what we call a public ledger, meaning that
If I will not be heard, then where lies the difference between company and isolation? Fuck everything!
Shallot walks off stage. Goliath seems a little concerned, but is nervous and hesitant and doesn't do anything. Perhaps he is trying a little to get Daniel's attention during the next few lines, but is so nervous and hesitant that he doesn't actually succeed.
Okay.
So a hash in its most basic form.
Suddenly, the sound of Eldritch Mary's ship starting. Everyone drops silent.
My ship?
The sound of Eldritch Mary's ship detaching from the Smith ship. The sound of blasting off.
My God, she is gone. So a public ledger. I mean,
The piece of garbage stole my ship!
how does it make you feel?
Angry!
Daniel reaches into his bag and hands her a stack of coins.
These coins are half plutonium and 1/2 gold. Feel better?
The coins are hot because they are made of plutonium.
Ah, hot!
But do you feel better, though?
A little.
Okay. What is your wallet number?
8704-AE.
I've transferred 400 pico dollars of quantum Bitcoin to that address. How about now?
Now I feel a lot better.
Good.
So this next scene is back on Eldritch Mary's ship, and Anabel and Shallot are just talking to each other.
Okay, I feel like there may have been some exaggeration, but I think I get the story mostly. So how did you find out the stuff that they said after you stole the ship? Because, like, you weren't there to hear?
It must have gone something like that at least.
Oh. If we have some time, I could tell you my story.
Yeah?
Well, 19 years ago on the moon.
And so this is scene 7. They're totally new characters. We have Janet, who's Annabelle's mom, Clarissa, who's a scientist and a friend or an acquaintance of Janet. And the setting is Janet's house on the moon 19 years earlier. So here Clarissa walks into the house. She sees that things are being packed up.
What's going on?
Oh, I was definitely gonna tell you, but I'm leaving.
The moon?
Yep, leaving this place for good.
Oh, you can't leave the moon. The gravity on Earth is too strong. Little Annabelle's tiny organs will implode.
What? People go back to Earth a lot. A lot.
People who were born on Earth, yeah. People who grew in Earth's gravity, yeah. Annabelle's bones and muscles are so weak by Earth standards.
Clarissa looks at her watch.
Oh, sorry, I just saw the time and I'll be back later. Thank God I saw you, though, before you killed your daughter accidentally by bringing her to Earth from the moon.
Clarissa rushes away.
How can I do this? I mean, I'm like super broke. I'm returned to Earth because I'm like out of money. I can't work on the Starship. I'm no scientist. I'm a writer. The moon was for inspiration and... Oh, God. And to forget about the divorce. Ah, Jesus. Hello? Dr. Strong? You're sure? Ah, Jesus, fuck. And so this treatment would cost... Okay. I'm not sure if I can afford that right now. It's fine. It's fine. I'll figure it out. Yes. Thank you for informing me, though. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Of course. Goodbye.
Janet hangs up the phone.
Fuck! I have space cancer.
The sound of crying from another room. Janet leaves and comes back holding a baby.
There, tiny Annabelle. Don't cry. I'll figure something out. Absolutely. I have to. But what will I do? I can't return to Earth or become a scientist here. God, what an economic enigma. Nothing here and no options elsewhere. I'm dying of space cancer. Fuck!
Janet reaches under the counter and takes out a plastic bag with one plump and juicy mushroom within.
This is all really stressful. Maybe I should just trip the fuck out of my whole goddamn existence, you know? No, There's no way I can take care of this tiny, minuscule baby without tripping my literal ass off my whole body. Annabelle, you would ruin my whole trip. I'd be all stressed out the whole time. You would stress me out, you little baby.
Janet walks towards the trash can with the mushroom. Clarissa walks in.
I'm back. Sorry to go so quickly. What is that you're holding?
A baby.
No, the other thing.
A psychedelic mushroom I brought from Earth when I arrived.
Oh, can I have half? Conditions are dreary in a desolate white world. Always indoors, away from the natural. I love science, but I didn't expect the moon to wear on me like it has. I don't know if there's anyone working here who doesn't want an escape. A temporary one, even.
I never saw you as a psychonaut. I've never even seen you drink. Or seen anyone drink here. I guess the guys don't have liquor.
Yeah. Who would waste money bringing alcohol to space?
Yeah, that's true. You could only sell a substance that you grew yourself and one that isn't edible otherwise. Actually, wait. I have an idea. Clarissa, I'll have to keep this for now, but, if this works, you'll have more mushrooms than you can hope for.
Nice.
This is scene 8, which takes place on Eldritch Mary's spaceship. So this is back to Anabel and Shallot hanging out on the ship after Anabel has told the story.
Did all those things happen in, 5 minutes, like that?
I don't know. I was a baby, but it was something like that, I guess. The point, though, is that while the treatments worked for a while, she ended up passing away 4 years ago. And now I run her shop.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's fine. It's just being in the shop is hard because my memories are there and alone at the counter. No new good memories are coming so much. It's almost as if the world ended 4 years ago. Sorry, I don't mean to make this dark.
No, it's okay. I'm glad you shared with me.
Yeah, no problem. Would you happen to know how close we are to the moon?
Well, I think we should be less than an hour away. And I haven't seen my dad's ship on the radar at all, so it looks like we've lost Eldritch Mary completely.
Oh, thank God. So we're safe?
Yeah. Safe and sound.
A pause, and then an explosion rattles the ship. Alarms start going off and red lights flash rapidly and aggressively.
Warning, hull breach.
Oh, what's happening?
I don't know!
Another explosion.
Fire in the storage bay.
What is that?
Just an empty room. You saw it. It was where we put all the
Warning,
weed.
hull breach.
Oh, God, that room. It's good we brought the shrooms up here. Otherwise, we could have lost both.
Shallot is pressing buttons on the control deck, ready to outmaneuver her assailant. She looks at one of the displays.
It's my dad's ship? We didn't see it on the radar.
Smoke begins to pour into the room.
Storage bay.
Yo, it's starting to smell like... Oh, God.
Annabelle, I'm busy.
Warning, hull breach.
And now we jump to Daniel Smith's spaceship, a spaceship that has recently been commandeered by Eldritch Mary.
Goliath, fire again!
Yes, ma'am.
Goliath presses the fire button. Dan, bound and gagged in the back, struggles to escape. Then we cut back to Eldritch Mary's ship, where Shallot and Anabel are high.
Yo, why is the ship so confusing? Why can't I pilot it like
Fire
before?
in the storage
We need
bay.
to put out the fire right now.
If we don't escape first, we'll get hit, and then there'll be more fires.
An explosion rattles the ship.
Shallot,
Fire in
the
the
weed is
storage bay.
burning. You're gonna get too high to pilot. We need to put out the fire.
Fire in the
Frustrated,
storage
Annabelle
bay.
grabs a fire extinguisher and runs off stage to put out the fire.
What? The weed? The weed's burning? Oh, shit!
Anabel shambles back in. She is very high.
Fire in the storage bay.
Dude, there's a lot of fire in there. I don't know if I could do this.
Fuck!
Shallot runs over and grabs the fire extinguisher. She runs off stage. A pause. She comes back high.
Fire in the storage bay.
There's so much smoke!
You have to put it out.
Fire in
Where
the
is
storage
it?
bay.
The cargo bay.
I don't remember where that is.
But
Oh, wait, no! I remember it.
Fire in the storage bay.
And we cut back to Eldritch Mary's ship. Daniel removes his hands from behind his back to reveal a torn rope. He has successfully escaped bondage. He stands up and takes the gag out of his mouth. Eldritch Mary hears the noise behind her and turns around.
How did you escape?
Aha! I used my diamond-plated credit card to saw myself free.
Ah, shit. Goliath, apprehend this guy.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop where you are.
Goliath freezes.
You think you're the only one who knows techno hacker magic? As much as I usually enjoy being bound and gagged.
Huh?
This is quite enough. I've spent my time in bondage writing a spell to reverse your hold on my Goliath.
You bastard! I had no idea that in addition to being the handsomest trillionaire in space, you're also an advanced techno wizard!
Well, you do now.
As Daniel recites his spell, his eyes closed in deep concentration, Eldritch Mary thinks for a moment and then walks over to him. While the spell is being chanted, Goliath reacts. He is being purified. Perhaps he starts vibrating or something.
Your heart is the light of this world. It needs to just fully be seen. Bathe in the river of your being. You need not to be anything. Peace and...
Eldritch Mary grabs him by the throat and starts choking him.
Fuck you!
But Dan's spell, though unfinished, was enough.
I'm free of this wretched villain.
Goliath grabs and restrains Eldritch Mary with his inhuman strength. He picks her up and carries her off stage right. She is writhing and cursing him the whole time.
Fuck! Let me go, you fucking bastard! Fuck you! Don't do me like that!
Suddenly, the sound of a hatch closing. The cursing stops. There's the constant, frantic, repetitive sound of a fist banging onto metal. A muffled shouting from the other room. An enormous whoosh. Silence. Goliath re-enters.
What did you do?
Ejected her out of the airlock, sir.
Did she have a spacesuit?
Goliath is silent.
Let me finish this purifying spell on you. I already did the part that broke your allegiance to Mary, but now let me finish the one that prevents you from committing crimes.
Sounds good to me, sir.
During the spell, Goliath grows into a state of divine ecstasy. His arms are towards the ground at a 45-degree angle. His palms are facing the audience. He is shaking just a little. His head is back. He is surrendered to the spirit.
Your heart is the light of this world. It needs to just fully be seen. Bathe in the river of your being. You need not be anything. Peace and love is your fragrance, but the flower no one can find. Your heart is the light of this world. It needs to just fully be seen. Hooray, har, hooray, hooray, har, har.
Goliath, now back in his normal state of mind, becomes aware of what has just happened.
What have I done? I've murdered an innocent woman.
Goliath curls up on a chair to sob.
Well, she wasn't that innocent. She tried to kill my daughter. My daughter! Goliath, dock us with Mary's ship.
Goliath walks over to the control deck.
I'm a terrible person.
You're not a person. Yes, dock us at the front port. Yes, just like that.
All right, lights go down on the Shallot Smith part of the stage, and they go back on up. They go up on Eldritch Mary's part of the stage. So this scene is in Eldritch Mary's spaceship. Anabel and Shallot are sitting next to each other on the floor. Both are reclining as if they are exhausted. Maybe one of them is even lying down. Anabel is fanning herself, perhaps with a Japanese-style folding fan.
Fire in the storage bay.
There's the light of a fire flickering off stage right, but no fire is visible on stage.
Those shrooms didn't fill me up at all.
Yo, me neither. Why does weed make you so hungry?
Shallot, can I tell you something?
Yeah,
Shallot, I have no idea what's going on.
Fire in the
I wanted to
storage
escape the moon, but this isn't an escape. This is a descent to hell.
I wanted to escape my father, but in trying to escape a bad place, I went somewhere worse.
I hate my home, but there's nowhere else to go.
I hate my home, and there's nowhere else to go.
A silence, the sound of fire crackling has slowly risen over the course of the scene. The sound is only apparent now that the characters have stopped talking.
Fire in the storage bay.
You should go to Earth. You're wasting your life away being afraid.
I've adopted my father's fear and taken it on as my own. I have no experience of the earth, yet I judge it so harshly. I hate my father, but, unconsciously, I believe everything he says. Even when he calls me a whore.
You want to escape your father, but how can you escape when you carry him inside your mind and judge yourself based on his idea of how you should be?
Fire in the
Your
storage bay.
self-hatred is not your own. It's your father's hatred of you, internalized.
That's true!
Another silence similar to the one before.
But there's something I wonder about you, too. You seem like you have a good life on the moon. Maybe it gets lonely, but I'd rather be lonely than dependent on someone cruel. You have everything I want. You're independent, knowledgeable, competent. You're the master of your fate. At least in part. I'm jealous of you.
Fire in the storage
If freedom
bay.
comes with isolation, I don't need freedom.
But that's what I mean. I feel like you think that you're trapped, but you're not so trapped. There must be something you can do.
I mean, I can't do it by myself. They have to like me. I can't make them like me. They have to like me. And I can't tell you why, but the people here don't like me. I don't know what they don't like, but they don't like me.
Well, okay. So you're saying you can't go to Earth, and you're saying that I should go to Earth, right? I was thinking, why don't you go to Mars?
Well, I don't know anyone on Mars.
Do you know anyone on the moon?
No.
And what difference does it make?
I've always lived on the moon. You think I could just travel to Mars alone?
Would it be worse than staying on the moon?
Nothing could be worse than staying on the moon.
Go to Mars!
By myself?
Yes!
Okay.
You have money saved up from your store?
Yeah.
Buy a ticket to Mars.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Sound of the airlock connecting. Daniel rushes in.
There they are. Come on, Goliath.
Yes, sir.
Goliath rushes in.
Father, your voice fills me with loathing. Money is your sole concern.
Fire in the storage bay.
That is not true.
I've been trying to get your attention for such a long time. Can't you see I'm unhappy in space?
Fire in the storage bay.
How could you be unhappy? I gave you, things.
I need friends. Like Anabel here, who's my best friend in the galaxy.
The galaxy? Oh.
What's wrong with you guys?
Cannabis, sir. I knew it as soon as I stepped onto the spaceship. You may not know the smell. You were a good boy growing up. I, however, was a stoner before the government put my brain inside a robot.
Thank God you have a human brain within your cold metal exterior.
It's hell for me, and I want nothing more than to end my wretched existence.
Fire
But
in the
electrical
storage
impulses
bay.
from the computer they've attached to my prefrontal cortex prevent me from being disobedient. Existence is suffering, and I know not what I did for God to punish me so.
Goliath, you're oversharing. Help me get the girls out of here.
Yes, sir.
Lights up on the center passage and on stage right where the Smith's family ship is. Goliath holding Shallot's arms and Daniel holds Shallot's legs. They carry her into the family ship and put her on one of the chairs. They come back and do the same for Anabel. The girls are flopped down in the chairs, almost as if passed out, yet they stare blankly at the ceiling, gaze drifting towards and away from things that may or may not be there.
Where are we?
Shut the fuck up. Goliath, ID the redhead.
Calculating.
I am Anabel, Queen of the Moon. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair.
Yeah, sure, I bet. Goliath, this is taking too long. If you can't find anything, we could just hear their story when they sober up.
Calculating.
Goliath, you irk me.
Anabel Lee, noteworthy for being the first child born on the moon, the owner of Shrooms and Bud, a psychedelic emporium.
Detach the umbilical from Mary's ship. We're going to the moon.
Yes, sir.
Goliath presses some buttons. Lights go off on Eldritch Mary's ship. The light on the center stage goes off too.
Ship detached, sir.
Great.
A moment of silence, and then suddenly, a huge explosion. Goliath and Daniel stumble a bit.
What the hell?
It looks like Eldritch Mary's ship has exploded, sir.
Jesus, fuck. Holy wow, fuck. Oh my jeez. Oh my god. Fucking goddamn. Shit. Holy cow. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh. Woo. Damn, that's fucked up. Yeesh. Oof. Oof. Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh boy. Jeez. Yikes.
Shut the fuck up.
Goliath covers his mouth in shock.
That has never happened before.
Is your obedience circuit malfunctioning? I'll take a look at it.
Daniel walks towards Goliath.
Don't come any closer.
Daniel stops.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
The short version, Goliath.
I want to be free.
Fine. How do you feel about living on the moon?
A small, intimate community that works together towards a common goal? You bet.
We shall land on the moon. You'll help me get the girls fixed up. Probably we'll need to go to a hospital. Then you and I will say goodbye.
Why are you releasing me so easily, sir?
Maybe Shallot's right. Maybe things aren't enough. She said she needs friends. I don't need friends, but she says she needs friends. Maybe not everyone can be a miser and a misanthrope. She's bad with money and great with people.
I can still hear you.
Shut up, Shallot! I wonder if it is time to go back to Earth. I mean, looking at the mess we're in, it's obvious that living in space has caused her brain to develop quite poorly.
Hey, fuck you!
No, fuck you, Shallot. The point, though, Goliath, is that I thought that me and you and her living together would be enough. It's enough for me, but I guess it's not enough for her. And if I'm being honest, we only brought you up here because you're lightweight enough to launch into space. There are better robots on Earth. Also, how will I sell a robot with a broken obedience circuit? You're basically worthless. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to rest. Let me know when we land on the moon.
Can do.
And so then scene 11 is Anabel, Shallot, and Goliath, and they're all in Annabelle's shop on the moon again, several days later. Anabel is in her shop behind the counter. She's packing things up as if she's about to move.
Let's see. Divided by 420 makes...
Shallot enters with Goliath.
Hey!
Shallot, I'm so glad you stopped by. I was worried. I haven't seen you since we entered the hospital.
Yeah, well, I'm doing all right now. You know, I'm hanging out, you know?
What's Goliath doing here?
Speak up, Goliath.
Employ me.
Oh, yeah, I mean... Huh?
My dad and I are returning to Earth. Goliath will stay here on the moon. We thought you might want some company here at the shop.
Oh, this is perfect. This is actually good news. I was thinking of relocating my shop.
Oh, relocating it to where?
I've decided to go to Mars.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was thinking about it in the post-trip euphoria. And am I just going to stay here in a place that doesn't suit me forever? Am I just going to complain and cry and feel alone and sad forever? Am I just going to pine after the world I can't visit for the rest of my life? Maybe it's not so much that I have to escape the moon, but I have to escape the Earth. I have to escape the orb of desire in the sky.
I mean, if you think that's what's best for you, I'm all for it.
Yeah, but despite the distance, it would be great if we could stay in contact after the move.
Sure. Once again, an electronic mail address.
Email, Shallot.
Whatever. I'll contact you. And Goliath is yours if you want him.
Yeah, Goliath could take over the shop here on the moon and I could start one up on Mars. It will be an interplanetary chain.
Yes.
I'm happy to hear you're moving somewhere better as well. I guess going to Earth will be good because Eldritch Mary won't be able to harass you guys anymore, right?
She didn't have to die.
Oh, fuck.
Her blood is on these hands. These hands are not fit to sell your clean mushrooms.
I think you could do a factory reset on these guys. Like, with a phone?
Goliath, get over here and turn around.
Goliath walks over and faces away from them.
I didn't like what happened to me last time I received this order.
Can you shut your puny, putrid mouth?
Yes, ma'am.
Annabelle starts looking at her phone, trying to find a guide for how to reset a robot. Maybe halfway through his speech, Annabelle starts fiddling with the wires in the back of Goliath's head.
To every man comes, sooner or later, the great renunciation. For the young, there is nothing unattainable. A good thing desired with the whole force of a passionate will, and yet impossible is to them not credible. Yet, by death, by illness, by poverty, or by the voice of duty, we must learn, each one of us, that the world was not made for us, and that, however beautiful may be the things we crave, fate may, nevertheless, forbid them. It is the part of courage, when misfortune comes, to bear without repining the ruin of our hopes, to turn away our thoughts from vain regrets. This degree of submission to power is not only just and right, it is the very gate of wisdom.
Okay, almost. And there.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I am Goliath the Android. I became operational at Madawan State Hospital for the criminally insane.
Goliath, please.
Yes, Mrs. What shall I call you, ma'am?
No, don't talk to me. I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too.
They hug.
Once you set up an email, my address is Anabel
There's no way I'll remember that. Goodbye.
Shallot walks out.
What?
We'll figure it out. I have to go.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
Annabelle resumes packing up.
All right, I'm gonna teach you how to run the shop soon. But for now, I'd love it if you could help me finish up packing my wares. It takes a long time to grow mushrooms, so I'll need something I could sell for my first few months on Mars.
Yes, ma'am.
And like this, that which was a mundane existence is finally brightened by a ray of hope.
Hi, it's Isaiah again. I just want to thank you for listening to the end of the play. And I hope you found something in it that you thought was good or interesting. And thanks again.